Okay, so all the holes are punched, and now we had a question asked, how many holes down the side of the book? And he had 8 holes on each page going down the side of the signature, and then for every signature he has 4 holes going across. So if you had 5 signatures, you'd have 5 holes. If you had 8 signatures, you'd have 8 holes. Okay, so
cool. So
time to sew.
Just counted number of loops around for the signatures just to measure the thread, and we're going to go ahead and sew this in.
And that is wax thread this time?
It's wax thread, yep. It's a little bit stronger and a little bit thicker, so it'll go through the holes a little bit easier. Well, not easier, but just to make it sturdier. So what you want to do is you want to start at the bottom first signature, and it's the same way as I was sewing the other book, the tape binding. So I just went in through the first hole, go all the way through, and we're going to leave that out just a bit because we're going to come back to it and tie it off how we did the other one. And we're going to go in through our first signature.
Now, if you run out of string, is that an issue? Would that be a problem?
No, I could show you how to tie that on, and I could probably do that with this one on the second or third signature just to give you guys an idea. I'll cut it out. And just make sure you can find that hole. I think I made a new one, but it should be fine. And then, yeah, we're just going to go back to this, the same. And go back down the bottom. And you can try to line it up as you come through on the back. Just kind of pull a little bit tight, but you can always just get everything measured. I mean, everything pulled tighter before you tie off the second signature. Just match that up.
Yeah, when I was watching the lady's website, Iona's books that she was doing, and she was doing this on her table, and when I was watching her, she's so aggressive and getting in, and you can tell she knows what she's doing, but at the same time, it was I was like, wow, that's aggressive. And but I guess with leather, you have to be a little bit forceful in some of it.
Watercolor paper too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because her books are fat. Oh my gosh. Her pages are fat. Yeah.
Okay,
so that's what I was.
So we sewed in the first signature, so it's pretty much gonna look like that all the way through. Nice. And we're gonna go into the next signature. So we're on the outside. We're just gonna come back in to the next one, just right above, and just sew that one this way.
No, I saw some people with this process. They had these really long bands going down the spine of the book. Is that possibly going to happen with this one, or is that a different type of sewing? Just
it's the same type. I think the number of holes. You mean like this coming all the way through?
Yeah, and it's just like solid. So they just do a really tight back forth on that. Like they go in and they only leave a little gap there.
Yeah, like just imagine like I didn't put in these holes and it just went in all the way through. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
like all the way through.
So that's what they do is just do a long stretch.
Yeah, it's a longer.
It's just a long stretch across. Okay, so it's decorative more than anything. And I also saw some people, they would do some books that had like, it looked like there were X's in the center because I imagine that was a decorative thing that they just
Yeah,
sewed.
it's a different type. There's also French linked stitching or bookbinding, and it's with like kind of like the Coptic covers.
Yeah.
And you can do it that way, or it's a pattern you would do when you're sewing in something like this, of going in and catching the other signatures too and making those X's come through. But yeah, it's all the same technique, just different patterns of sewing in.
Yeah, when I watched, they had a needle for each section.
Mm-hmm.
So they were using curved needles, so they had 4 or 5 curved needles, so you just did each section with that needle.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like using the curved needle.
That seems like it's a little chaotic. Little room for errors.
Oh, it just kept you, like what he had. He
Yeah.
just did
Yeah,
a
there's
needle each.
some where you can like you sew in with 2 needles, and you kind of start in the middle and you work your way out. There's so many different ways to do it too.
Yeah.
As long as it's like your book is bound tightly or it doesn't fall apart, I think you're good.
Now, when you were taking classes, did they have a lot of guest artists come into your program and teach you unusual tricks?
We had one Ben Reinhardt come in, and he does a lot of pop-up books and printed books, and he just showed us how to do a couple simple like pop-up techniques and some Japanese bound techniques.
Can you put his name on there so we can
Yeah.
check his link out?
Yeah, he has a website, and he does workshops too, but I think he's located in Wisconsin. That's where he's
Probably
from.
pricey.
I'm not sure. He does teach at a college up there too.
Maybe that'd be a person, if this gets going, invite them down for a workshop. And
Cool.
Raise some money for that.
This link will be down below.
Yeah, and I will put the link at the bottom of the video.
Maybe the only.
Yeah.
What was his name again?
Oh yeah, Ben Reinhardt,
Ben Reinhardt, yeah.
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. I think like Apple something. Oh, what is that? It's northern of Milwaukee. So once we have the 2 signatures, I'm just gonna do a square knot on this one.
Uh-oh.
And this will happen too. We'll get little knots if your thread is too long or if it's really long. You can use your needle too to get that out. Cool.
Patience is a virtue.
Mm-hmm.
Patience.
So after you get done with every signature, do you want to knot it?
Oh, just this one.
Okay.
The other one we're gonna do a kind of like a kettle stitch, the same thing.
Okay.
On the other ones, and I'll show you. You'll see it once it comes to it.
And like I said, I got some information on different stitches. So like when he says kettle stitch, you'll know what a kettle stitch is for each square knot.